Before you hop into MW3 rank play, you're going to need the best class setups, the best settings, especially ones that improve your accuracy, movement, and awareness, along with some essential tips that will help you be one step ahead of all your opponents. All right, for class setups, we're going to keep this simple. There are three main guns you're going to want to run, that being the MCW, the Renetti, and then the Rival 9. For the MCW, the class setup I run is the T51R Billeted Break, the 16.5 Cyclone Long Barrel, the Mark III Reflector, RB Regal Heavy Stock, and the DR6 Hand Stop. The DR6 Hand Stop, in my opinion, is one of the best attachments in the game. It improves aim walking speed, ADS speed, sprint to fire speed, and movement speed, overall making the gun a lot faster. What you can also do if you're not liking this class setup is you can change the Billeted Break to the Flash Hider and the DR6 Hand Stop to the X10 Phantom Hand Stop. The damage range for this is a little bit longer, the movement is a little less, but overall still a very viable MCW class. For the Renetti, you basically just want to use all the movement attachments. That means the Competition Barrel and the Eclipser Grip, which both improve your movement speed. I like to put on the Slate Reflector because I feel like the iron sights can get kind of convoluted. And then if you're not playing by GAs, you can throw on the DZS Open Comp, which just helps with a little bit of recoil control. And lastly, the Rival 9. Best class up for the Rival 9 is the Pure Fire Muzzle Brake. Rival C Clear Shot Barrel helps with damage range. MTZ Marauder Stock, Rival Vice Assault Grip, and then again the DR6 Hand Stop, which, as I mentioned, helps a lot with movement speed. If you're having a hard time controlling recoil, you can switch the DR6 Hand Stop for the Bruin Pivot Vertical Grip, which helps a lot with gun kick control. When it comes to vests, the only one you want to run is the Infantry Vest. It increases tac sprint duration and reduces the refresh time. For tactical and lethal, I run either a smoke or a stun, depending on the game mode, and then a frag on all my AR classes and a Semtex on my subclasses. For field upgrade, I'm either running a trophy system, or if you're running lightweight, as I'll go over in a second, you want to be running Dead Silence. For gloves, you want to run Quick Grip Gloves, helps with swapping weapons and throwing trophies. For boots, you either want to run Covert Sneakers if you want to be silent, or lightweight boots if you want to improve your movement speed. So when I'm playing Respawn, I'm probably going to be running the lightweight boots, where in S&D, I'll be using the Covert Sneakers. And then for your last perk, you can either run EOD or Taskmaster. Personally, I prefer EOD. All right, there are a million settings, so I'm going to go through them as fast as I can. Display mode, full screen borderless or exclusive. Exclusive will give you more frames. Refresh rate and resolution, you want them at what your monitor supports. Everything else is default. NVIDIA Reflex low latency, I have mine on. VSyncs both off. Custom frame rate limit, make sure this is at what your monitor supports. When you're at your menu, you want it a lot less so your GPU isn't frying. High dynamic range off. Now on to quality. Render resolution at 100. Dynamic resolution off. For upscaling, you want to use fidelity cast at 80 or above. Personally, I like 80, so that's what I leave it at. Ray tracing off. VRAM scale target, you want it at 90, 80 if your PC can't handle 90. Variable rate shading off, and the next ones I'm going to go through kind of fast. Basically, you want everything at low or off unless I specify it. Low, low, off, low, very low. Bullet impacts on, persistent effects on. Shader quality low, on demand texture streaming off. Local texture streaming quality at low. Very low, off, 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 low. For the environment, off, low, off, off, off. And then finally, view. FOV is actually a lot more important than people think. The ideal range is anywhere from 100 to 110. If you go over 110, you're going to lose aim assist. So that's why I don't really like playing at 120 FOV. This isn't Warzone. Anything lower than that, you're going to be narrowing your vision too much. ADS field of view affected. Weapon field of view, I play on wide, makes the gun a little bit smaller. And then the next two you want to make sure you have off. Turn off your world motion blur, turn off your weapon motion blur. They reduce your visibility in game, putting you at a disadvantage. Along those same lines, you want to turn your film grain all the way down. You want everything to look very crisp and clean. First person camera movement, you want to have this as low as it goes to reduce how much your screen shakes. And then the only one you could change is if you don't want your screen to flash white, you can invert the flashbang to make it black. I like it the way it is. Next, for audio, the main thing is this audio mix. If you're on console, it's going to be different than if you're on PC. On PC, I recommend PC speaker. It sounds the best and it's made for your PC, so why not use it? If you play on console, the one I've seen to work the best is soundbar. Compared to all the rest, I feel like I hear the most when I use soundbar on console. The only other thing I would make sure to change is turn all the music off in your gameplay. You don't want to be in a 1v1 clutch and then have music pop up in your ears. And then finally, on to controller settings. A lot of these are custom to me, but there are a few settings that will drastically improve your aim and movement, so make sure you pay attention. I play stick and move flipped, which means I jump with my right stick and shoot with my bumpers. Again, like I said, very personal to me. It's what I've used for a long time. Controller vibration, please turn this off. Your controller vibrating in the middle of a gunfight is not helping you aim. Your left and right stick min, you want them at the closest to 0 without getting any stick drift. For me, that's 3 on both my left and right stick. The only other one I would change is the left stick max. boost. This is defaulted 99. I switched mine to 60. 1, it helps you get into your full sprint faster, and 2, it helps with strafe speed as well, which can make your aim better because it helps you use rotational aim assist more. So I would definitely change this setting. For aiming, I use 66.85. I would recommend anywhere between 5 and 7 sensitivity. Your ADS multiplier between 0.8 and 0.9. Aim response curve, make sure you have this on dynamic. It is the best response curve for Call of Duty. And then the one setting I have that not a lot of other people use is I have ADS transition timing on gradual rather than instant. This is completely personal preference. It's just what I've used over the past few Call of Duties. Target aim assist on. I like default aim assist. Some people play on Black Ops. I think default is better, and that's it for aiming. On the gameplay, some people play with automatic tac sprint or ATS. I personally do not like ATS. I feel like I'm out of control when I use ATS, so I leave it off. Tactical sprint behavior, you can either use single tap run or single tap sprint. Single tap sprint, you have to double click your left stick to get to your tac sprint. Single tap run, you have to click it once to get to your tac sprint. A lot of people do like single tap run, but again, personal preference. I like to be more in control of my movement. Grounded mantle, make sure to turn this off or you will auto mantle everything. Automatic airborne mantle, put this on partial. It'll only help you if you're gonna fall. Automatic ground mantle hang off. This setting is huge when it comes to your movement. Slide dive behavior, make sure to switch this to slide only. It will greatly improve your movement. It reduces the delay between slides, making it feel way more fluent. If you switch this, your movement will improve drastically. And then for the rest of the gameplay settings, everything is default. Drop in with a squad. Having teammates to call out is going to help you a lot when you're first starting out. Pay attention. When you're playing respawn, pay attention to where you spawn. The first step to reading spawns is knowing where they are. If you're solo queuing, be flexible. Pick up what needs to be looked at, rotate for spawns, do what needs to be done for the win. Use your mic. Even if you're solo queuing, try and call out to help your teammates. It can be the difference between winning and losing. And finally, subscribe for daily MW3 content that is here to help you improve. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have fun out there. Deuces.